Every year, we see several players take a leap or at least a step forward in their game. That can range from players coming out of nowhere or out of the G League to quality rotation players, or it can be a fringe star level player really cementing their name in that star category, or even cemented stars putting their name in the superstar category. So I've got a few guys in mind that I'd like to give a little praise to, and some people that you may or may not have noticed the jump. So first up for this is Mikal Bridges, who many saw coming out of college as a potential amazing 3-and-D player. He's 6'6" with a 7'1" wingspan, and coming out of college, he was a 2-time champion at Villanova, with his role really blossoming in his final year there. He averaged 17.7 points and shot 43% from 3 on 239 total attempts. So despite the weird kind of hitch he had in his jump shot, he's still hitting them at a pretty good clip. So he comes to the NBA after being picked 10th overall and traded to the Suns from Philadelphia, and he looks like a rookie. He shoots 33% from 3 on limited attempts, and people start to question whether his offense can come along because of his form, despite his obvious defensive upside. So the next year, he shoots 36% on limited attempts, and ups his field goal percentages drastically, from 43% to 51% in year 2. So there's some promise there for sure. Then this year, his third year in the league, he just breaks out. He's averaging 14 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists on an amazing 41% from 3 on almost 5 attempts a game. And that's on 64% true shooting percentage. But he's not just a good spot-up shooter. Sure, he knocks down catch-and-shoot threes at a very good rate, but he's also been able to attack closeouts and has done a bit more off the dribble this year. Not to mention, he's already well on his way to becoming one of the best wing defenders in the league, if he isn't already there right now. His shot looks more fluid, and just all around, his offense looks more polished. So, shout out Mikal Bridges for being one of the best young wing players in the league. The Suns really got themselves a gem. Every team needs a Mikal Bridges. Next up, we'll talk about Zach LaVine, who you might be questioning whether he made a leap or not. It's a fair question, sure. It's rare to see established players really take a quote-unquote leap. But I think it's not even a question that Zach LaVine has taken a leap this season. Sure, he's not doing anything a whole lot different from last season, still a very good three-point shooter, an amazing athletic finisher, meh on defense. But guess what? His efficiency has really gone to the next level. Last year, he was shooting 45% from the field. Now he's shooting almost 52%. Last year, he shot 38% from 3 on 8 attempts. This year, he's shooting 43% on the same amount of attempts. His free throw shooting has also gone up from 80% to 86%. All this adds up to an almost 65% true shooting percentage on almost 29 points a game. His passing still isn't anything amazing, nor is his defense, but offensively, LaVine has really cemented himself as a star. The way he keeps Bulls in the games, and especially wins them, is just remarkable. The degree of difficulty of his shots and his threes is the same as last year, if not more difficult, yet he's shooting much more efficiently. So he's gone from a fringe star guy, a guy we're asking, well, should he be in the All-Star game over such and such, to a guy that definitely deserves to be an All-Star. I didn't put him on my list, but he would almost definitely make it over Vucevic, much to my dismay. I really just picked Vooch because I love him. So LaVine will more than likely be an All-Star this year, which was not something we were saying this time last year. The Bulls really have something here with Zach LaVine. Last up today for me is Trent Jr., who has been really something for the Trailblazers this season. As we all know, CJ went out in January. It's been about a month now. And when CJ went out, we were like, well, now it's just Dame by himself. But it's been quite the contrary. Since around when CJ went out, Trent has been averaging 19 points per game on 45% from 3 on 9 attempts per game. He's been a real offensive weapon for them. And he's not just sitting in the corner attempting wide open catch and shoot threes. He's been taking them off the dribble, taking step backs, side steps. I mean, he's been doing a lot behind the three-point arc. He's not going crazy or anything, 80% of his threes are still assisted, but he's been able to do much more off the dribble when he does get the ball from a driving kick or something. He's also shooting much worse at the rim though. Granted, he is shooting 3 more attempts from 3 per game this season, so that possibly has something to do with it. He's just taken pretty drastic dips in mid-range shooting as well as his at the rim. So if he cleans that up to at least somewhat around what he was shooting last year, I think he can really become a well-rounded scorer who can definitely score like 20 points per game in the NBA. So we'll see how he is when CJ comes back, but he's definitely been a gem for the Trailblazers considering he was picked 37th overall. I mean, last year we were thinking Anthony Simons was the young guy that would emerge for the Blazers, and Trent would probably fizzle out. But man, has that been wrong. So those are 3 guys that have taken a pretty big leap this year, and I just wanted to throw out some positivity for these guys because they definitely deserve it. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like and subscribe to the channel. I'd greatly appreciate it. If you didn't like it, leave a dislike. And y'all have a good one.